last 3 months. The glass pane of the coach was damaged. The police said some unknown people pelted stones at the Vande Bharat train as it reached Visakhapatnam for maintenance. The Delhi High Court is likely to pronounce its order on the bail plea of the jailed former AAP Minister Satyendar Jain in a money laundering case being probed by the ED. Jain was arrested on the 30th of May last year by the agency and is accused of having laundered money through 4 companies allegedly linked to him. The body of a 25-year-old truck driver of the Indian Army who went missing on Saturday has been recovered by a joint team of the Army, the NDRF and the Disaster Management Group of West Bengal police divers. The driver was missing after the truck that he was operating had skidded off the road and fallen into the Teesta River. The Karnataka police have registered an FIR against the Horticulture Minister Muniratna, who's a BJP MLA, for his reported hate speech against Christians in his constituency recently. Muniratna, while speaking at an election campaign event in Karnataka, alleged that there were conversion activities in slums and called on people to hit them and send them back, as he would look after them even if there were any repercussions. One person has been arrested by the Taran police in a joint operation with the Border Security Force personnel on Wednesday. Nearly 2.5 kgs of heroin has been recovered, according to the Punjab police. Drones were used to transport drugs from Pakistan, and FIR has been registered under the NDPS Act. And 6 students from across India will travel to the US next week to participate in the NASA Rover Challenge 2023. Students who have not even stepped out of their villages are now ready to fly to the American Agency's Space and Rocket Center in Alabama, the US. The students aged between 14 to 18 years are from children's homes, remote villages and cities across India who have been selected to participate in the NASA Human Exploration Rover Challenge. Now, the Congress party has given seats to BJP leaders who had recently quit the party. Now, this obviously is causing quite a stir within the Congress. We are learning that Vijay Kulkarni, who was supposed to be a candidate against Chief Minister Bommai from Shigao, has been fielded from Dharwad. So, this is the second list that has been released by the Congress party for the Karnataka elections. Do remember that there are a certain number of former leaders from the BJP who have now joined the Congress party. Prajwal is reporting on this. He joins us live from Bengaluru. Prajwal, good morning. Give us more details of the second list, please.
Now, Nupur, the second list of the Congress has finally been released, and as we were saying earlier also, there has been a lot of infighting, and there will be further lists of the Congress as well. This is a testimony to that, because now so far the Congress has announced candidates for only 42 assembly constituency over here, and majorly they are from Belagavi and the Kittur Karnataka region as well. Very interesting over here is the fact that in the Congress there was always a fight which was going on about the insiders versus the outsiders, but seems like the outsiders have gone ahead and got the tickets, or they have secured the tickets here, because now the Congress has given the ticket, the Gurmitkil ticket to Babu Rao Chinchansur, who was a former BJP MLC as well. And also now NY Gopalakrishna gets a Congress ticket from Molakal Murutu. So he will be pitted against Sri Ramulu, who will likely be fielded from the BJP. So this is one interesting battle to watch out for. 2 big guns of the BJP going ahead and getting tickets in the Congress as well. But definitely all is not well within the Congress party, because there is also a lot of infighting. But before we come to that, everybody was watching whether the Congress will go ahead and announce the candidate for Shigao Assembly constituency, which has not been done in the first list, neither has it been done in the second list, because this is the constituency from where Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai will be contesting. And all eyes were on this particular constituency, because Vinay Kulkarni was stated to be one of the strongest candidates who hailed from the same community, from the Panchamasali Lingayat community, who would be pitted against Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai Bommai to go ahead and give a head-on fight to the BJP there. But seems like now the Congress is thinking otherwise, and they have fielded him from Dharwad as well. So now whether Vinay Kulkarni will be fielded from Shigaon as well, that has to be seen too, because the Congress is losing out on potential candidates who can be fielded against Chief Minister Basuraj Bommai, and also now pitting Vinay Kulkarni and the Congress's policy of fielding only one candidate per, only one candidate from one constituency is something which is being looked out for. So if Vinay Kulkarni is given a ticket, that has to be seen. And also, last but not the least, we will have to bring in that Darshan Puttanaya, who is who is from the Karnataka Sarvodaya Paksha, has he is fielding from his own party, and the Congress has extended support here after he had a talk with the KPCC President DK Shivkumar.
All right, thank you very much, Prajwal, for bringing us those updates. Well, news is coming in. In fact, we are learning that it looks like there's been a huge setback for Satyendar Jain. The Delhi High Court has rejected his bail plea, stating that Satyendar Jain can influence witnesses and evidence. The court accepted that Jain was controlling the Calcutta base of companies. Satyendar Jain, of course, was seeking bail in an ED case against him for money laundering. Sambhav has more details. Let's go across to him. Sambhav, tell us more, please.
Well, if this is another setback for Aam Aadmi Party, as another Aam Aadmi Party leader has been denied bail. Here, in the case of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, wherein Satyendar Jain is denied bail from Delhi High Court today. He has, in an order which is passed at 11 a.m. today, the Delhi High Court has very categorically said that Satyendar Jain is in a position to influence the witness, and the twin conditions of PMLA does not satisfy here. Hence, his bail plea has been rejected by Delhi High Court. He filed the bail plea against the trial court's order, in which trial court had rejected his bail plea in November 2022 last year, after which he went to the Delhi High Court for seeking the bail, and today again a bail has been rejected by Delhi High Court also in the Prevention of Money Laundering case, which is registered by Enforcement Directorate against him, in which he is alleged of being controller of various companies having hawala transactions, and a long chart was produced when the hearing was happening in the trial court. So he is rejected bail again by the Delhi High Court. First he was rejected bail from the trial court. Now it's the Delhi High Court who has rejected the bail of Satyendar Jain.
All right. So as Sambhav is pointing out, of course, it appears that there is a big setback coming in for Satyendar Jain. The High Court has also denied him a bail. Do remember that Satyendar Jain has been in prison since last year of May. He is, of course, facing charges in a money laundering case. Now, Sambhav, also give us more details about the charges he faces in this money laundering case that's been filed against him by the ED.
Well, Enforcement Directorate during the trial,
Sambhav? All right, I don't think we have Sambhav on this one yet. Thank you for that, Sambhav. But this is what we know right now. It appears that there has been a huge setback for Satyendar Jain, the former Delhi minister and the AAP leader, in the bail plea that he had filed in the High Court. The High Court of Delhi has refused him bail. In fact, in that order, the High Court seems to suggest that he does have the capacity of essentially influencing witnesses and evidence. Now, in yet another incident of Hindu hate attacks, a temple has been targeted in Canada's Windsor. Officers discovered anti-Hindu and anti-India graffiti sprayed in black on an exterior wall of the building. Now, this is nearly the fifth such attack that we are seeing in Canada since July of last year. In this particular case, we are learning that it was a temple that was attacked in Ontario province of Canada. Graffiti was painted on the walls of this temple. Now, this of course comes despite repeated attempts by the Indian government to go through to these countries where we are seeing these attacks pick up, with the Indian government essentially saying that Canada needs to rein in this kind of behavior that's coming in from right-wing elements over there. So pictures on your screen are of another hate attack that has been seen in Ontario, this time in Canada. This is the Swaminarayan temple, whose walls were defaced with the anti-India and anti-Hindu graffiti. We are told that a case has been lodged by the police and they are investigating perhaps who could be behind this attack. But this is not the first time we are seeing something like this in Canada. In fact, this is perhaps the fifth such attack that we have seen. Now, this time, of course, the target of the vandalism was the BAP Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in the towns of Windsor in Ontario in Canada. Mr. Sirsa from the BJP now joins us on the broadcast. Mr. Sirsa, we are seeing these repeated attacks come in these countries. This one, of course, happens to be in Canada. What is it, that these countries essentially can do to stop this?
देखिए कंट्रीज में सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है कि ये करना ही नहीं चाह रहे। ऐसा चाहे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इंडिया में बताना पड़ा कि ये जो हो रहा है आपको इसके ऊपर एक स्टॉप लगाना चाहिए, रोकना चाहिए सबको। और कनाडा में जो हो रहा है, ये कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट अगर इसको सीरियसली नहीं लेगी, जो कि अब तक नहीं ले रहे, वो दे आर नॉट टेकिंग इट सीरियसली। और वरना तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि किसी कंट्री के अंदर इस तरह की कोई हेट हो और इतना किसी भी धर्म के ऊपर इस तरह के अटैक किया जाए बार बार और उसको सीरियसली ना लिया जाए। बट इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने टाइम एंड अगेन उनको रिमाइंड कराया कि आपको इसके ऊपर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए। और आप देखिए कनाडा में किस तरह के हालात बन गए हैं, लोकल लोगों के ऊपर भी हमले होने शुरू हो गए। बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हो गया वहां पे, एक ब्लास्ट में आदमी मारा। तो अगर वो नहीं रोकेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली दे आल्सो हैव टू पे द प्राइस ऑफ दिस। लेकिन मैं इसको स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट पॉसिबल मैं कंडेम करता हूँ जो ऐसा लोग काम कर रहे हैं। ये लोग केवल और केवल नफरत और हेट फैलाना चाहते हैं, इनका सोल पर्पस है। दे आर फंडेड बाय, वी आर ऑल नो दैट हु देयर क्लोज फ्रेंड्स आर, दैट्स द आईएसआई, दे आर फंडेड बाय ऑल, फंडेड बाय आईएसआई। और उनका पर्पस ये है कि किसी तरीके नफरत को और फैलाया जाए।
All right, Mr. Sirsa, thank you for joining us. Let's also go across to Mr. Sharda on the phone line. Mr. Sharda, we see these repeated attacks, whether it's the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and there seems no end to this. What is it, that governments in these countries can do to stop this, and why is it that they are unable to essentially effectuate any change?
Canada also suffers from vote bank syndrome. And though the number of Sikhs in the voting is very low, and especially the people who actually create all havoc is very low, but nobody wants to confront the goons. And the weakness of the Canada government is that is, in its own way, it's trying to promote these things. While when they have a problem, they throw police at people, they use violence at the people. But for India, they have no answer. So answer lies with India. It has to be stronger. It has to remove all the OCI cards, take away all the visa rights, and let them rot where they are. And slowly they will understand what they are doing.
Right. Ratan Sharda, appreciate your joining us on Republic TV. So essentially, the comments that seem to be coming in suggest that there may be a lack of will in countries like Canada to stop these attacks, because they may also be a political constituency to which leaders are essentially pandering to. So pictures on your screen are of another hate attack that has been reported from Canada. This is the Ontario province of Canada, where anti-India as well as anti-Hindu graffiti was painted on the walls of the Swaminarayan temple. We are told that an investigation has begun. The police are looking into who could be behind this attack. But just telling you about figures that we are getting from Canada, this is the fifth such attack that we have seen coming in from Canada in about a year, less than a year actually, since July of 2022. Well, the accused in the Kerala train attack case, Shahrukh Saifi, has been nabbed by the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad from Ratnagiri. He was brought to the Armed Reserve Camp station in Kozhikode. Now, after a health checkup, he will be produced before the Kozhikode Chief Judicial Magistrates Court.
Shahrukh Saifi, the main accused in the Kerala train attack case is currently being taken by the Kerala police for health checkup. Following, he will be immediately produced before the judicial magistrate is what being seen. You can see the kind of tight security with which he is being taken to the hospital, followed by the court, the judicial magistrate. Right now he has been under investigation with the SIT, and now the entire SIT with full protection are taking him to the hospital, followed by the judicial magistrate, where he will be sent for remand. Therefore he has been booked under several sections now. That is also available for us, and this news is also from the police quarters here where he's being taken. Therefore, once he is produced before the judicial magistrate, we will be getting to know more details on this matter. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Nanda Kumar from Kozhikode for Republic TV.
You are with Republic TV, and coming up next, the Prime Minister says Nation First lists records and achievements under the BJP's government. And face off over the Bengal violence continues. The centre sends paramilitary troops to the state.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first. The nation wants to know why Bengal is burning. Mamata Banerjee has declared that the BJP is the chief instigator. If that is the case, I ask, and if Mamata Banerjee does indeed have proof that the BJP is instigating, then why does she not arrest the BJP Bengal chief Shukanta Majumdar or the leader of the opposition and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari? And if she does not have the proof, then isn't she admitting her own defeat and inability in handling the situation, and therefore, to avoid blame, make it political? The state government is very quick to misuse the police to file FIRs on the media, on news channels like Republic. But when it comes to harshly implementing law and order, where it needs to be done, where is the police, Mamata Banerjee? Have lawbreakers in Bengal been emboldened to the point where they don't care two hoots about the police and the security machinery? And where is the minister in charge of law and order, Mamata Banerjee herself? If the governor visits the riot hit areas, where, we ask, is the chief minister? The nation wants to know. The nation must know.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court.
Good morning. You're watching Live and Breaking at 11:30. I'm Suesha Sound. Joining you on the broadcast. We continue to get you live proceedings from the Parliament as the logjam continues. That and much more in this edition. First, a quick check of the headlines we're tracking at this hour.
कांग्रेस और उनके जैसी पार्टियों का कल्चर, उन पार्टियों की पहचान क्या है? परिवारवाद, वंशवाद, जातिवाद और क्षेत्रवाद का बंधक है ये सारे लोग।
Prime Minister takes on opposition in an unrelenting attack, says Congress synonymous with dynasty politics.
हमारे परिश्रम से जो परिणाम मिले हैं, इसकी गवाही वो आंकड़े दे रहे हैं, बीते 15-20 दिनों में सामने आए।
Prime Minister roars, nation first, lists records and achievements under BJP government. Face-off over Bengal, violence continues, centre sends paramilitary troops to the state. Parliament logjam continues, opposition set to take to the streets of the national capital. Another Hindu hate attack in Canada, temple targeted in Windsor this time. And well, even as the logjam in Parliament continues, parliamentarians of several opposition parties are taking out a Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe into the Adani row. Cutting across to my colleague Harsha, who's joining us live on the broadcast as she gets us all the details on the ground. Harsha, this is a demand that the opposition has been making literally on a daily basis, staging a protest to this effect, not allowing the parliament to function. And now again the same happening where they are out to hold a Tiranga march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk. Give us details of what's happening there.
Exactly, Suesha, stated by you that since it's been the second leg of Parliament, second leg of budget session, since it has started, not a single day when Parliament, any business could take place because there was ruckus, there was logjam every day in the Parliament. Now reporting from Vijay Chowk, as I'll ask my video journalist Parvez to show you the visuals from outside Parliament as a march with the national flag, a tricolour march by opposition party leaders will be taken from Parliament till the Vijay Chowk. After that, they will address a press conference at Constitution Club, but a tight security alert could clearly be seen as they will not be allowed to move much ahead from Parliament. They will only be allowed to march till the Vijay Chowk, and they will come here and address the media as well, where they have been demanding the formation of Constitution of JPC since the single day of the Parliament. They have been demanding it from the first day that the JPC should be constituted in the Adani matter, and from that day to till now, every day there has been ruckus, there has been screams, papers were thrown at Lok Sabha Speaker, and quite not a single day when any business could be moved in the Parliament. And that too, the BJP leaders also in the Parliament have continuously been stating that it is the opposition who is not letting the Parliament work. And these are the visuals which we are showing you as para forces have been deployed in the area outside Parliament, because this is the place where the opposition leaders will be marching from Parliament with the banner, posters and the tricolour national flag in their hand, as they have given as they have exactly stated that there is a threat to democracy, and in order to save the democracy, this march is being done. And this is the last day of Parliament, as I tell you that today is the last working day of Parliament, and after today's march, the Parliament will stand till the next session. So these are the visuals which we are showing you, because till now what we are learning is that 17 opposition parties will participate in this march. The TMC, AIUML, DMK, Samajwadi Party, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, and the other opposition leaders will be joining hands with the Congress, because Mallikarjun Kharge has called this march from Parliament till Vijay Chowk, where all the opposition leaders will be gathering at the Gandhi statue inside Parliament, and then they will be marching from Parliament till the Vijay Chowk. So these are the visuals. As we can see, the tight security arrangement has been done. The entire area has been barricaded, as no opposition leader is allowed to cross this area or go ahead, because they wanted to march till Constitution Club earlier, but they were not given the permission to go till Constitution Club. Therefore, now after marching till Vijay Chowk, they will go to Constitution Club and address a press conference over there. There is a single demand from all the opposition parties, that is that JPC should be constituted in the Adani matter, and there should be the government should respond in the matter which opposition has been stating since the first day of the parliament. So Swesha, these are the visuals. We are waiting for the opposition leaders to gather here soon, as the timing which was given by opposition leader was around 11:15, but till now they have not gathered. Any march could not be seen outside parliament. Everyone is waiting when this march will start and exactly what strategy opposition has planned for today, because there has been no opposition meeting inside parliament as well, because every day what we see is that Mallikarjun Kharge heads the meeting inside parliament. The opposition meetings take place at 10 o'clock, but today no such thing has happened inside parliament. This march was called by Mallikarjun Kharge. He requested all the opposition party leaders to come together, and now Swesha, we are waiting that any time soon this march could start. Back to you, Swesha.
Harsha, continue talking to us, because we see intense politics playing out and really laying the road for 2024 from both sides. An unrelenting attack, where we just heard from Prime Minister Modi on the occasion of BJP Foundation Day, where he went on to attack dynastic politics here. We are seeing that the opposition is really trying to up the ante, again and again harping on a JPC for the Adani issue.
Exactly, Swesha, the way opposition parties are coming together, this is the one or the other way. This is the way that before 2024, how opposition leaders are partying together, where we see the DMK, where we see NCP, where we see the other party leaders like AIU, ML, Samajwadi Party, and the other, along with Congress, other parties as well, who are coming together. Almost 17 political parties, opposition parties are together. But we have seen that many times when they talk about the third front, or they talk about the unity of opposition parties, we have seen that different leaders taking the leads. We have also seen KCR calling the opposition party leaders together in Hyderabad. We have also seen many a times that Mamta Banerjee has also taken the lead to unite all the opposition party leaders. But Mallikarjun Kharge, in this entire parliament tenure, has again and again tried that all opposition parties should come under one umbrella and they should all be united against the government, especially on this Adani issue, especially on this the demand of JPC, which opposition leaders have been demanding since the first leg of budget session. And during the first leg of budget session also we saw that the march was staged, there was protest from the side of opposition parties, and now in the second leg of budget session we have seen every day that opposition party leaders have created ruckus. They have staged protests inside the parliament. Not only this, several times they have also done the march from parliament till Vijay Chowk, along with Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge and other senior leaders of Congress participating as well. They had the placards, they had the banner posters, and every day they have been wearing black clothes as well, as a symbol where they are depicting that is the requirement that the democracy should be saved. And we have seen that the leaders of BRS, Aam Aadmi Party, DMK, AIUML, NCP and TMC, everyone has been staging protests along with Congress leaders, where they have been saying that the JPC should be constituted. So Swesha, there's a high time that because before 2024 they have been targeting and attacking the government on the JPC and the Adani issue, that JPC should be constituted. Swesha, back to you.
All right, Harsha, many thanks for getting us those details, and of course we'll keep coming back to you for further updates on the same. For the moment, we move on. And well, while addressing the 43rd Foundation Day celebrations, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the BJP has resolved to a can-do attitude like that of Lord Hanuman in its determination to fight against corruption. From Parivarvad attack to calling out opposition's fear-mongering tactics, Prime Minister Modi launched a scathing attack on the opposition. He also went on to guide his party workers, where he said that the idea is to have a futuristic vision and focus on making India a developed nation to how we see India in 2047. Listen to some of the excerpts of what he said.
साथियों, सन 47 में अंग्रेज भले चले गए, लेकिन जनता को गुलाम रखने की मानसिकता यहीं पर कुछ लोगों के जहन में बो करके चले गए, यही छोड़ गए थे। इसलिए आजादी के बाद के वर्षों में देश में ऐसा वर्ग खूब फला फूला, जो सत्ता को अपना जन्मजात हक समझता था, इन लोगों की बादशाही मानसिकता ने देश की जनता को हमेशा अपना गुलाम माना। 2014 में इस दबे कुचले शोषित वंचित वर्ग ने अपनी आवाज बुलंद की। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे। इसलिए हमारी सरकार के पहले कार्यकाल में ही बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों ने इन शोषितों, वंचितों, दलितों, पिछड़ों कोई मौका नहीं छोड़ा उनकी मजाक उड़ाने में। हर पल उनकी मजाक उड़ाते रहे। हमारी योजनाओं, हमारे कार्यक्रमों को निम्न स्तर का बताने की होड़ बढ़ाई गई। इन्होंने कभी कल्पना भी नहीं की थी कि आर्टिकल 370 कभी इतिहास हो जाएगा। जो काम दशकों तक सरकार चलाने वाले नहीं कर सके, वो काम भाजपा सरकार कैसे कर रही है, ये इन्हें पच नहीं रहा है। इसलिए नफरत से भरे हुए लोग आज झूठ पर झूठ, झूठ पर झूठ बोले जा रहे हैं। अपने भ्रष्ट कर्मों का खुलासा होते देख ये बेचैन है, हताशा से भर गए। इसलिए अब ये लोग इतने हताश, इतने निराश हो चुके हैं कि अब एक ही रास्ता उनको दिख रहा है, एक ही उपाय दिख रहा है, और वो खुल करके कहने लगे हैं, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। वो कब्र खोदने की धमकी देने लगे। बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों को, इन पार्टियों को एक बात पता नहीं है। आज देश का गरीब, देश का सामान्य मानवी, देश का युवा, देश की माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां, दलित, पीड़ित, शोषित, वंचित, आदिवासी, हर कोई भाजपा के कमल को खिलाने के लिए, भाजपा के कमल की रक्षा करने के लिए वो ढाल बनकर के खड़ा हुआ है।
Alright, so we've cut across to these latest pictures coming in from the national capital of the Tiranga March that the opposition is holding. Parliamentarians of various opposition parties who've taken out this Tiranga March from Parliament to Vijay Chowk as they are demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe into the Adani row. As we continue to see the logjam in Parliament that is not making any breakthrough, with the opposition MPs creating a ruckus literally on an everyday basis, not allowing the House to function. Now the opposition staging this protest march, calling it the Tiranga March from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, demanding JPC probe in the Adani issue. Harsha is joining us from the ground as she's tracking all these details. Over to you, Harsha.
Exactly, Swesha. Now on your screen, what we are looking at is that all the opposition party leaders are marching from Parliament and they are going towards the middle area of the Raisina Hills. And as we can clearly see, the opposition party leaders are jointly carrying out this march, where the leaders from different political parties, be it Samajwadi Party, be it BRS, be it Aap Aadmi Party, every political party is here. Let us speak.
साथ दोनों साथ साथ कर रहा हूँ
Can we see the opposition party leaders are here and they all are carrying this march? And not only this, we are also seeing that the leaders from the different political parties have national flag in their hand, and they're currently stating that there's a time to save the democracy. Therefore, we are showing the visuals and we show that they have gone to the middle area of the Raisina Hills tricolor march. It is what they have quoted this entire march as. So visuals, as we are currently on the visual, we also see that Jairam Ramesh is also here, the senior Congress leader is also here, and BK Hari Prasad is also here. All the senior Congress leaders are here. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word. Sir, just one word.
You're not speaking to the public.
So what we clearly show on our screen is that all the political party leaders have gathered and they're not being allowed to march further from this area as Section 144 has been imposed, and they're all
लोगों ने कि विपक्ष के लोग व्यवधान पैदा करते हैं, लेकिन पहली बार है कि सत्ता पक्ष ने 13 मार्च से आज तक जब कभी बोलने की कोशिश की एलओपी ने या विपक्ष में किसी ने, बलपूर्वक वहां से शोर शुरू हो जाता है। मंत्री से लेकर उनके साधारण सदस्य तक सब लोग शोर मचा के व्यवधान करते हैं। तो लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो रही है। किस लिए? भ्रष्टाचार को बचाने के लिए, अडानी को बचाने के लिए, क्योंकि लूटने वाला अगर गुनहगार है अडानी, तो लुटवाने वाली सरकार भी गुनहगार है।
स्थापना दिवस है आज, आप लोग तिरंगा मार्च निकाल रहे हैं।
हाँ, भाजपा को है शायद बुद्धि आ जाए, सद्बुद्धि आ जाए, गोडसे का रास्ता छोड़ के गांधी का अपना ले अगर वो, तो मैं समझता हूँ इसीलिए ये तिरंगा यात्रा।
देखिए अभी हमसे प्रमोद तिवारी बात कर रहे हैं, ये बताइए कितनी बार आप लोग ने पूरे सेशन में प्रोटेस्ट किया है, कुछ कारगर साबित हुआ है? देखिए,
जनता के दरबार में हम सारे तथ्य सामने रख रहे हैं, हमें पूरा भरोसा है कि हमें न्याय मिलेगा।
प्रमोद तिवारी तिरंगा लेके आज आप लोग दिखते हैं, मांग क्या है?
All right, so that was senior Congress leader Pramod Tiwari also speaking as the opposition parties are taking out this march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk as the opposition is now going on to coordinate and come together to take on the ruling party. The opposition is also stating and their version coming in of how the second part of the budget session was washed out because they blame the attitude of the government for it, also saying that treasury benches were stalled and they have not entertained a discussion on the Adani issue, which the opposition is continuing to push, which is why they are now stating and leading the Tiranga March from Parliament to Vijay Chowk. Leaders of Congress, DMK, Samajwadi Party, Shiv Sena, that is the Uddhav Thackeray faction, TMC, Aam Aadmi Party, JDU, CPI, CPIM, RJD, JMM, RS.
भाजपा के स्थापना दिवस पर उन्होंने पूरे सदन की जो मर्यादा है, आत्मा है, इसको नष्ट कर दिया है। सदन में उन्होंने विरोधी दलों पर आरोप लगाया, लेकिन विरोधी दलों को बोलने का मौका नहीं दिया। सदन से बाहर विजय चौक तक हमारे सांसदों को चलने का अनुमति भी नहीं मिल रहा।
और जिस दिल से आज पूरी सदन सेशन पूरा खत्म क्यों हुआ उसके बारे में
सर बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि भ्रष्टाचारी विरोध कर रहे हैं।
ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ പിടിവാശി മൂലമാണ് വാഷ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടത്. ഈ സമ്മേളനം വാഷ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടതിന്റെ പൂർണ്ണ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാരിനാണ്. അദാനി വിഷയത്തിന് മുകളിൽ സമ്പൂർണ്ണ ചർച്ചയും
और शोरगुल में सरकार ने चुपचाप बिल पास करा लिया, जो कि कभी होता नहीं था। विपक्ष की एक भी मांग नहीं मानेगी और जो सत्तारूढ़ दल के सदस्य हैं वो खड़े होकर संसद को चलने नहीं दे रहे थे। तो इन सब के विरोध में लोकतंत्र की जिस तरह से लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो रही है, उस चक्कर में तिरंगा लेके, राष्ट्र ध्वज लेके सब पूरा विपक्ष यहाँ पर खड़ा हुआ है, विरोध प्रदर्शन कर रहा है।
As we see, this is Rajesh Shukla, senior Congress leader, speaking about the Tiranga march which is being carried out. And then right now we are seeing all the opposition leaders who have gathered here at the Vijay Chowk, and they're also leaving from this very place to the Constitution Club, because what we have been told is that the march was supposed to be taken from Parliament to the Vijay Chowk, and now they'll be addressing a media over there in the Constitution Club. Sir, can we have a bite, sir? Sir, any word on...
Majority is having a very obtuse attitude. In parliamentary parlance, it is said that while the government can have its way, the opposition must have its say. This government does not allow us to have our say, and that is why the parliament has been washed out. That's why we have come out to highlight to the people of India that the flag must be protected, the constitution must be upheld, and the democratic space is shrinking in India, and we need to highlight that.
Supreme Court yesterday watched the plea as well of the 14 opposition parties. How do you look at it?
See, the court in its judicial wisdom has ruled that maybe it was a very broad-based plea. The court was not in a position to entertain it. We will fine-tune the plea and come back.
So we wanted to run the house. We wanted to save the discussion and democracy. That is the symbol of Tiranga, what we are marching now. There will be a press conference in Constitution Club. You can all join that.
Stop the parliamentary proceedings. Why? They don't want to discuss this Adani's scam. They are running away from the Adani's scam. We are continuously asking for an inquiry, JPC inquiry on this thing. They don't want to do this. Therefore, they are running away from the parliament. There is no parliament, democracy is there. Therefore, we are marching towards that.
But sir, BJP is blaming the opposition for not running the...
आपकी इको हो रही है। तिरंगा यात्रा मत कहिए, तिरंगा यात्रा मत कहिए। अपने राष्ट्रीय झंडे को सीने से लगा करके हमने ये बताने की कोशिश की है इस निजाम को, एक मित्र के लिए आप इस झंडे पे धब्बा डाल रहे हो। वो मित्र जो है ना आपका, उसने देश की साख खराब कर दी है। We need to restore the credibility of my nation, where the mind is without fear. इसलिए मैं मोदी जी को हम लोग संदेश दे रहे हैं, देश से बड़ा अडानी नहीं है।
Will opposition will be united after the parliament session also?
When people are united, there is a pressure on each political party, and you would see in coming months, everything shall be in order.
All right, so those are the live reactions that continue to come in through the Tiranga march that the opposition parties are staging. We are slipping into a very short commercial break on that note, but we'll get you the very latest on the other side. So, space information coming in of how 13 opposition parties nearly are to skip the quote-unquote evening tea. That and much more on the other side. Do stay with us.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Attack in the train from Alappuzha to Kannur has been now arrested from Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. The Kerala ATS has been constantly giving out information about this particular Shahrukh Saifi to all the important ATS in the important cities. The Kerala police had taken out one cell phone which played a crucial role in nabbing this accused right now, and Shahrukh Saifi's name along with the picture drawn by a eyewitness was what helped the police to identify this person as Shahrukh Saifi.
how do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success, and I would like us to work more closely on that.
There's a mail that has been sent to you asking for help. Are you saying that there is no email? Boss, you cannot enter someone.
The biggest actions of the movements include of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killing.
I am willing to ask you certain questions, sir. I have a word. You delete everything and then I'll... Where is the question of recording, sir? Well, I'll show you, but why did you put your hand to my pocket? Why did you not my phone?
Mr. Vaze, why were you arrested? Because it was a case, I believe, that was closed by the police itself. They're trying to stop us from reporting.
यहाँ पर लिखा गया है स्टैंड, इसी जगह से सचिन वाजे को बोला गया।
We are right now reporting from Vijay Chowk as we show you that the opposition leaders are marching from Parliament to Vijay Chowk as there was a tricolor march and the national flag was carried by the opposition leaders. Several opposition parties took participate in this march from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, and later they moved towards Constitution Club. A march on the last day of Parliament which opposition leaders were voicing is a message to save democracy, and there is a threat to democracy. You're watching Republic TV. It's time for a short break. We'll slip into a short break. After break, we'll show you more visuals and breaking updates on opposition parties' march. Slip into a short break.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
The nation wants to know why Bengal is burning. Mamata Banerjee has declared that the BJP is the chief instigator. If that is the case, I ask, and if Mamata Banerjee does indeed have proof that the BJP is instigating, then why does she not arrest the BJP Bengal chief Shukanta Majumdar or the leader of the opposition and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari? And if she does not have the proof, then isn't she admitting her own defeat and inability in handling the situation, and therefore, to avoid blame, make it political? The state government is very quick to misuse the police to file FIRs on the media, on news channels like Republic. But when it comes to harshly implementing law and order, where it needs to be done, where is the police, Mamata Banerjee? Have lawbreakers in Bengal been emboldened to the point where they don't care two hoots about the police and the security machinery? And where is the minister in charge of law and order, Mamata Banerjee herself? If the governor visits the riot-hit areas, where, we ask, is the chief minister? The nation wants to know. The nation must know.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास।
एक तरीके से हमारे
न्याय प्रणाली के ऊपर में भी ये एक प्रहार है। देश के कानून सबको बराबर नजर से देखते हैं, लेकिन इतिहास में पहले बार ऐसे हुआ कि किसी के खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई होता है और उसका प्रहार करते हैं कानून के जो रक्षक को, हमारे जजों के ऊपर में, कोर्ट्स के ऊपर में प्रहार करते हैं। इससे दर्शाते हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी न संविधान को मानते हैं, न हमारा कानून व्यवस्था को वो सम्मान देता है। और साथ साथ इन्होंने जो बार बार काले कपड़े पहन करके अपने काले करतूतों को छुपाने का जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल नाकाम हो गया है। देश आज मोदी जी के साथ खड़ा है और हम संविधान को मानते हुए संसद का रक्षा करना और देश के कानून और संविधान को रक्षा हम करेंगे, इसका हम प्रण लेते हैं। हर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता और हमारा एमपी सब हम मजबूत से काम करते हैं। और कल आपने देखा होगा कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 14 अपोजिशन पार्टी का जो एक पिटीशन आया उसको खारिज कर दिया। वो जानते थे कि कानून अपने हिसाब से चलते हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट दबाव में काम नहीं करते हैं। जानते हुए भी जानबूझ करके सुप्रीम कोर्ट में पिटीशन लगाया और ये कह करके कि ईडी या सीबीआई का कामकाज को भी रोक लगाना चाहिए। यानी कि जो भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है उनको बचाने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट को दबाव डाल रहे हैं और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सही तरीके से खारिज कर दिया है। और हमारे यहाँ सिस्टम जो चलता है, कांग्रेस के मनमानी से देश नहीं चल सकता है।
Right, so that was Kiran Rijiju, the law minister over there, talking about the opposition's march in the national capital. Now, do remember that the opposition and about 17 parties of the opposition at that are participating in what is being called the Tiranga March. This, of course, is after the Lok Sabha was adjourned sine die earlier this morning, and the Rajya Sabha has been adjourned till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Kiran Rijiju over there attacking the opposition, saying that they are not letting work happen. The opposition on the other side is saying that essentially the government's unbending attitude over the JPC hasn't let Parliament function. Pictures on your screen are of the logjam that is continuing in Parliament. The Rajya Sabha, of course, will be convening at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The Lok Sabha has been adjourned sine die. And on the right-hand side of your screen, you see opposition leaders marching in New Delhi. This is the Tiranga Yatra that these opposition parties are holding. Now, opposition, of course, has been extremely unrelenting in its attack on the government, asking for a JPC into the Adani issue. The opposition has also been wanting discussion on that issue in Parliament. Let's listen in to what the law minister said just a bit ago.
आखिरी दिन को भी कांग्रेस और उनके साथियों ने बहुत गलत तरीके से डिस्टर्ब किया, हाउस को चलने नहीं दिया, काले कपड़े पहन करके संसद का फिर से अपमान किया। ये बहुत देश के लिए दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण अवस्था है। हम चाहते हैं कि इस संसद का मान सम्मान को बनाए रखना चाहिए, लेकिन एक कांग्रेस नेता श्री राहुल गांधी को लेकर के कांग्रेस पार्टी और उसके साथियों ने जो किया है, देश देख रहा है। अभी हमने देखा है किस तरीके से कांग्रेस और उनके गिरोह मिलकर के कोर्ट के ऊपर दबाव डालने के लिए सूरत कोर्ट में जाकर के जिस तरीके से बातें कही हैं और जिस तरीके से जुलूस निकाल करके कोर्ट के परिसर में गई, ये बहुत ही निंदनीय है। मैं इसका खंडन करना चाहता हूं। और कांग्रेस के लोगों ने क्या कहा, आप लोगों ने भी सुना होगा। जैसे कांग्रेस के एक नेता कह रहे थे कि गांधी परिवार के लिए विशेष रूप से व्यवस्था करना चाहिए। जब कन्विक्शन हो गया, उनके लिए जब हियरिंग होते हैं तो वो चाहते हैं कि क्योंकि वो विशेष परिवार से आते हैं, इसके लिए उनके लिए अलग से व्यवस्था खड़ा करना चाहिए। ये एक तरीके से हमारे न्याय प्रणाली के ऊपर में भी ये एक प्रहार है। देश के कानून सबको बराबर नजर से देखते हैं, लेकिन इतिहास में पहले बार ऐसे हुआ कि किसी के खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई होता है और उसका प्रहार करते हैं कानून के जो रक्षक को, हमारे जजों के ऊपर में, कोर्ट्स के ऊपर में प्रहार करते हैं, इससे दर्शाते हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी न संविधान को मानते हैं न हमारा कानून व्यवस्था को वो सम्मान देता है। और साथ साथ इन्होंने जो बार बार काले कपड़े पहन करके अपने काले करतूतों को छुपाने का जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल नाकाम हो गया है। देश आज मोदी जी के साथ खड़ा है और हम संविधान को मानते हुए संसद का रक्षा करना और देश के कानून और संविधान को रक्षा हम करेंगे, इसका हम प्रण लेते हैं। हर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता और हमारा एमपीज सब हम मजबूत से काम करते हैं। और कल आपने देखा होगा कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 14 अपोजिशन पार्टी का जो एक पिटीशन आया उसको खारिज कर दिया। वो जानते थे कि कानून अपने हिसाब से चलते हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट दबाव में काम नहीं करते हैं। जानते हुए भी जानबूझ करके सुप्रीम कोर्ट में पिटीशन लगाया और ये कह करके कि ईडी या सीबीआई का कामकाज को भी रोक लगाना चाहिए। यानी कि जो भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है उनको बचाने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट को दबाव डाल रहे हैं और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सही तरीके से खारिज कर दिया है। और हमारे यहाँ सिस्टम से चलता है, कांग्रेस के मनमानी से देश नहीं चल सकता है।
On your screen are of the Tiranga march that is taking place in the national capital. Do remember, opposition parties, about 17 in number, are marching in protest against the government essentially not allowing for a JPC to be formed. Let's listen into what Shashi Tharoor is saying. All right, I don't think we have that. All right, so I don't think we've got that audio yet, but there you can see it. Those
की जो आत्मा है खत्म कर दी है। पूरे पार्लियामेंट सत्र में विभिन्न बिल पारित किए गए बिना कोई चर्चा के, विपक्षी दलों पे आरोप लगाए गए पर विपक्ष की एक भी आवाज सुनी नहीं गई। पूरा फाइनेंस बिल यहाँ पे पारित हो गया है। तो ये पार्लियामेंट सिर्फ ईंटों की एक इमारत बन गई है, लेकिन इसकी जो आत्मा है, जो जवाबदेही होनी चाहिए सरकार की, जो जिम्मेवारी होनी चाहिए सच्चाई के प्रति, झूठों के आरोप पे ये पूरा सदन चला है। और इसीलिए देश को बचाने के लिए, लोकतंत्र को बचाने के लिए ये तिरंगा रैली विभिन्न विपक्षी दलों ने ये मुहिम शुरू की है।
All right, that of course was a Congress leader over there targeting the government, saying that they're not allowing for essentially the houses to function because the government has been unbending on allowing for the JPC to be formed on the Adani issue. Now, Harsha is joining us on the broadcast. I think she is following that yatra that is taking place. Harsha, give us a broad view of what the situation is currently. Now, about 17 opposition parties, of course, are marching to Vijay Chowk. Security has been enhanced, but opposition leaders just have one demand at this point in time, at least, is that of a JPC.
Exactly, what we are learning is that since the second leg of budget session has started, from that time to till now, opposition has been demanding that there should be JPC, the constitution of JPC in the Adani issue, and therefore we have not seen that not even a single day that Parliament could run smoothly or any business could take place. And therefore today, on the last day of Parliament, what we saw was that Tiranga march. That Tiranga march with national flag in the hands of opposition party leaders. We are learning that 17 opposition parties have participated in this march, which was taken out from Parliament, and the leaders marched till Vijay Chowk, and now they have moved towards Constitution Club, where the opposition parties together will be addressing the press conference, and they will be telling how many leaders and the parties participated in this march and what exactly the strategy is of opposition. But look, for one thing which we need to see with going.
All right, we were bringing to you pictures that we've just accessed. These appear to be of the Prime Minister in a meeting with senior leaders cutting across party lines. We're going to play those out for you once again. So pictures on your screen are of the Prime Minister Modi along with Farooq Abdullah of the National Conference, Rajnath Singh also present, and so is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla, over there. Do remember that the Lok Sabha, of course, had been adjourned, Sanadai currently, and the Rajya Sabha will be meeting at about 2 this afternoon. Now, this meeting, of course, comes amidst the protest that we see in the national capital. Harsha is with us now. She's reporting from Vijay Chowk. Harsha, to begin with, can you tell us more about these pictures that we are currently seeing on our screens? This is the NC leader Farooq Abdullah, Rajnath Singh, the Prime Minister, as well as Om Birla, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha.
Exactly, Nupur. So this is the last day of the Parliament, and we know as on the last day of the Parliament there is there's a closing speech by Vice President, also Speaker invites everyone for the customary tea. Now what we have learned is that all the opposition parties have boycotted the customary tea which was called by Speaker, and opposition parties have boycotted, and right now we are seeing these are the visuals from Parliament where Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rajnath Singh, National Conference leader and the Speaker could clearly be seen inside Parliament. So these are the visuals because it's the end day of the Parliament, and everyone on the one side where opposition parties are boycotting the Speaker's customary tea, calling by also which is called out to where all the MPs come called to participate and have a casual chat on the last of the Parliament. Now these are the visuals where the Prime Minister who came after the addressing of the 44th Foundation Day of BJP, he came to the Parliament, and after that, when the Parliament got sanitized, till the next session, this is the casual meet which we are seeing amongst the leaders, where none of the opposition parties leaders are there as they boycotted it, and all of them were marching from Parliament to Vijay Chowk, and now they will address a press conference shortly. So this could be seen as, this could be also seen as as the result of the Speaker also, as he called all the opposition parties that we come for a casual chat. But apart from coming for a casual chat and the evening tea, which every time when the Parliament ends, it is being called. Now they have led a march and they are now in the Constitution Club, and on the other side these are the pictures of Prime Minister Rajnath Singh and the National Conference leader having a casual chat with the Speaker. Nupur, back to you.
All right, so that is the National Conference patriarch over there, Farooq Abdullah, in a meeting with the Prime Minister. This is the customary tea that is held in the office of the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Do remember that on the other side of the screen, you see pictures of the Tiranga Yatra or the Tiranga March that is taking place in the national capital. About 17 opposition parties are participating in this. A sea of flags is what we can see right now. The main focus of the opposition's attack on the government and the Treasury benches essentially has been the formation of a JPC into the Adani issue. Now, that's something that hasn't happened, and the government on the other side has been saying that the opposition hasn't let both houses of Parliament function. In fact, the Rajya Sabha will be reconvening, I think, at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And thereafter we'll see how that goes. But so far, of course, in the second session of the budget session of Parliament, we haven't really seen any work being transacted. Harsha, coming back to you now. Harsha, even as we are getting these pictures of the Prime Minister with Farooq Abdullah and Om Birla, the opposition parties have been marching towards Vijay Chowk. So give us a sense also of what's happening there, and which are the primary opposition parties that are leading this.
So we saw Mallikarjun Kharge, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, we saw Prateshi Venugopal, Pramod Tiwari, Jairam Ramesh, all opposition leaders together, and we also show you right now also that opposition party leaders are continuously coming. We were seeing Imran Khattab very. Imran ji, we would like to ask you one question. आज जो स्पीकर द्वारा ये जो कस्टमरी टी के लिए आप लोगों को बुलाया गया था, कोई अपोजिशन पार्टी नहीं गई, ऐसा क्यों? जाने से बेहतर है कि सदन जो है वो चर्चा के लिए होगा हाउस में चर्चा करवाई जो विपक्ष चाहता है, लेकिन सरकार चूंकि हाउस से भागना चाहती है, अडानी के मुद्दे पे घिरी हुई सरकार चर्चा नहीं चाहती है, लोकतंत्र को कुचल रही है, इसलिए हमने मार्च निकाला।
लेकिन इमरान जी, ये अपोजिशन की यूनिटी अभी इस सत्र तक ही थी या फिर इसके बाद भी दिखाई देगी?
आने वाला भविष्य आपको अच्छा दिखेगा। आप इतना अभी से क्यों चिंतित हैं? अभी तो गंगा जी में बहुत पानी बहेगा।
अभी तो बहुत सारे नए दल भी आकर के जुड़ेंगे यूपीए में, जो इस समय एनडीए में हैं।
लगभग सारी अपोजिशन पार्टीज थी आप।
हाँ, ये खुशी की बात है कि विपक्ष लोकतंत्र को बचाने के लिए एकजुट हो रहा है।
So, these are the visuals as Jairam Ramesh you could clearly see, and all the opposition parties are also gathering here at Constitution Club as the opposition party is going to address a press conference regarding the march which they took out from Parliament to Vijay Chowk on and the title or theme of this march, tricolor march, was Save Democracy. There is a threat to democracy. We're also showing you continuously the vehicles, the cavalcades of different leaders of Congress have already come in, and the leaders are coming as we see Digvijay Singh is already here. So one word on why opposition has come. Speakers. So as we see, no word from the side of Congress leaders on the no word from the side of the side of opposition leaders on the why they have missed the speaker's customary tea invite. We are also showing you that continuously all the party leaders, be the BRS, be the Samajwadi Party, Aam Aadmi Party, DMK, and NC and different political parties, they are all arriving at Constitution Club. Till now, they are not replying to the answers of whether what was the major reason why they skipped the speaker's customary invite of the tea where the speaker called in his chamber all the opposition party leaders. They didn't answer any of these questions, but we are seeing that this entire march was headed by Congress party, where Mallikarjun Kharge was seen in front leading this entire protest march, the Tiranga march, where they were holding national flag. Nupur, once again, like to give you the sense of the place where I'm reporting right now. This is the Constitution Club from where I'm reporting because of the security reasons, because they were not allowed to march from Parliament to Constitution Club, because earlier their initial plan was that they should be allowed till Constitution Club, but they were not allowed, so they marched till Vijay Chowk only. But now they have come to Constitution Club to address the press conference. Right now, again we are seeing the visuals coming continuously. So one word, so what was the strategy behind this Tiranga march?
Basically, like democracy has been harassed, and the way they are not allowing the house to run. We want democracy in this country, that is all.
And the speaker invited for customary tea. Why opposition party skipped it?
No.
So we show you the visuals as the opposition party leaders are continuously coming, Nupur, and shortly we'll see a press conference which will be done by Mallikarjun Kharge in itself, where he'll be telling exactly what's the reason for this, what was the reason and the strategy behind this entire march, Tiranga march. We again show you that they all are going for the press conference inside. We'll show you the visuals. I'll ask my video journalist Pervez to give you a sense of the visuals which we are showing you of the place from where I'm reporting, as all the leaders from different parties have already arrived and gathered here at Constitution Club, where they will also be telling about not the strategy of today where the Tiranga march was carried out, but also the strategy of further if opposition party will be united ahead of 2024 or not, because in this entire parliament, the second leg of budget session, we saw that the entire opposition parties were together on this Adani issue. But if we talk before 2024, whether they are going to be united or not, that's the very big question which opposition parties have to answer. And now what we are being told that till now 17 opposition parties have gathered here for the press conference, and till now the major earlier we saw that NCP was not in some of the march, but today NCP, DMK, TMC, all the major parties have participated in the march which was done from Parliament to Vijay Chowk. And till now all the opposition parties have already arrived. There are only one or two leaders for whom the senior Congress leaders are waiting for, because this is the strategy, and they have already skipped speaker's customary tea invite, where Imran Pratapgarhi clearly stated that there was no point in going. Keshav sir, one word on this Tiranga march. One word on Tiranga march.
Well, it was good. We have shown our unity, and we have positively exhibited the fact that the mindset, the absolutely parochial mindset of the ruling party must go. That was our resentment when we wore black dress.
So this is Keshava Rao stating about the today's march. Exactly what was his strategy behind the march, behind the Tiranga march today, and what was the key reason that till the entire time since the day second leg of Parliament budget session started to till now they were wearing black clothes. They were opposing this entire session. The ruckus was created. They staged protest by wearing black clothes, and it was a symbolic protest where they wanted to say that we will not allow to take place any business of motion in the Parliament until and unless the Adani issue will be heard. Nopur, back to you.
All right, Harsha, of course, is bringing us the latest over the Tiranga march that we are seeing in the national capital. Thank you, Harsha, for joining us. Now, the accused in the Kerala train attack case, Shahrukh Saifi, who had been nabbed by the Maharashtra ATS's terrorism squad from Ratnagiri, has been brought to the police station in Kozhikode. After a health checkup, he will be produced before the Kozhikode Chief Judicial Magistrates Court.
Shahrukh Saifi, the main accused in the Kerala train attack case, is currently being taken by the Kerala police for a health checkup. Following, he will be immediately produced before the judicial magistrate is what being seen. You can see the kind of tight security with which he is being taken to the hospital, followed by the court, the judicial magistrate. Right now he has been under investigation with the SIT, and now the entire SIT with full protection are taking him to the hospital, followed by the judicial magistrate, where he will be sent for remand. Therefore he has been booked under several sections now. That is also available for us, and this news is also from the police quarters here where he's being taken. Therefore, once he is produced before the judicial magistrate, we will be getting to know more details on this matter. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Nanda Kumar from Kozhikode for Republic TV.
All right. In fact, we're going to go across to Varshini right now, where we are getting a big lead in the Kerala train attack probe. We are learning that handwritten notes were recovered from the crime scene. The accused who was nabbed in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri has also now been quizzed by the Kerala police. Let's go across to Varshini, who's been bringing us all the updates from Kozhikode to understand what has happened. So pictures on your screen, I think, are of these handwritten notes. Now, do remember that the police are investigating various aspects of this attack. It was surprising in nature in terms of how he executed this attack, because he was able to use 2 petrol bombs essentially, which
कौन सी घटनाएं घटी और पार्लियामेंट को किस तरीके से सरकार के लोग, ट्रेजरी बेंचों ने इस बजट को चर्चा में नहीं लाने का जो पूरा प्रयास किया, उस बात को मैं आपके सामने रखना चाहता हूं। मोदी सरकार डेमोक्रेसी के बारे में तो बहुत बातें कहती है, लेकिन जो कहती है उसके तहत चलती नहीं। और आपको एक ही उदाहरण बताऊं, 50 लाख करोड़ का बजट केवल 12 मिनट में पास किया गया। और वो हमेशा कहते गए कि अपोजिशन पार्टी को इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, वो डिस्टर्ब, लेकिन डिस्टर्बेंस तो रूलिंग पार्टी से हुआ। और जब कभी हम बोलने के लिए उठते थे और हम नोटिस देते थे, नोटिस की चर्चा की मांग जब करते थे, तब वो हमको बोलने नहीं देते थे। और ऐसी पहली बार हुआ। मैं भी अपने जीवन के 52 साल समाप्त करके 53 साल में कदम रखा हूं, चाहे असेंबली में हो चाहे पार्लियामेंट में, ऐसा कभी नहीं देखा। मैं 5 साल लोकसभा में भी था अपोजिशन लीडर, ऐसा वक्त कभी नहीं आया। और यहां पर 2 साल से मैं देख रहा हूं कि यहां पर खुद ही रूलिंग पार्टी के लोग ही डिस्टर्ब करते हैं, और इसका उद्देश्य यही है जो हमने मुद्दे उठाए हैं, खास करके अदानी के इशू पे, सारे 18-19 पार्टियां एक होके एक कॉमन मुद्दा था कि अदानी को इतना महत्व क्यों दिया जा रहा है, और अदानी की संपत्ति केवल 2.5 साल में 12 लाख करोड़ कैसी बनी, और सरकार से पैसा लिए, LIC से लिए, बैंकों से लिए, सरकार का पैसा और पब्लिक सेक्टर की संपत्ति उन्होंने खरीदा। यानी पैसा भी सरकार का और संपत्ति भी सरकार की। तो उसको अमीर बनाते गए 2.5 साल में इतनी बड़ी संपत्ति वाला आदमी देश में या विदेश में कोई नहीं होगा शायद। और मुझे और एक, इसका सरकार इतना जो खासकर मोदी जी जो बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, इसका मतलब क्या है? क्यों एक ही कैपिटलिस्ट को इतना सब संपत्ति सरकार की क्यों दे रहे हैं? एयरपोर्ट हो, पोर्ट हो, रोड हो, हवा में उड़ने वाले हवाई जहाज के अड्डे हो, तो ये सारी चीजें, जमीन भी नहीं छोड़ी, रेल भी नहीं छोड़ा, पोर्ट भी नहीं छोड़ा। ये जो है, इससे ये दर्शाता है कि किसी एक को ही अमीर बनाना और देश की सारी संपत्ति जो गरीब लोग LIC में पैसे डाले हैं, बैंक में डिपॉजिट किए हैं, वो पूरी संपत्ति उनको देकर सरकार के सारे संपत्ति को खरीद रहे हैं। ये हम वहां उनको पूछना चाहते थे। और दूसरी चीज, राहुल गांधी जी लोकसभा में एक उन्होंने पूछा था कि अदानी की संपत्ति इतनी बड़ी केवल 2.5 साल में, तो ये कैसा बढ़ा? इसका विवरण दो, इसकी चर्चा हो। तब उन्होंने यही कहा, कितने बार आपके साथ वो फॉरेन ट्रिप में आए, आपके साथ कहाँ उनकी मुलाकात हो गई, जिन जिन देशों में आप गए, आप जाने से पहले किन किन देशों में उन्होंने आपसे पहले जाकर आपसे मिले, और किन किन देशों के प्रधानमंत्रियों से या वहाँ के बिजनेसमैन से या वहाँ के मंत्रियों से मुलाकात किए, और आपके वजह से उनको कौन सा ऑर्डर मिला, कैसा मिला, ये सारे डिटेल यहाँ पर चर्चा होना चाहिए। इसीलिए हम JPC की मांग कर रहे थे, जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट कमेटी की। इसमें कोई उनको नुकसान तो होने वाला नहीं था, क्योंकि उनको 2/3 मेजॉरिटी है हाउस में, लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में भी उनकी मेजॉरिटी है। जब कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट होती है तो मेजॉरिटी मेंबर्स आपके रहते हैं। इसके बावजूद आप जेपीसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करने को क्यों डर रहे हो? ये हमारा पहला सवाल है। मेंबर तो आपके ज्यादा होते हैं, लेकिन हमको एक फायदा होता है कि ज्वाइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करने से सारे दस्तावेज, कागजात, डॉक्यूमेंट एग्जामिन करने के लिए अपोजिशन पार्टियों को एक मौका मिलता है। इसीलिए, और वो एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी उसमें रहती है, तो इसीलिए हमारी मांग थी। उसको उन्होंने नकारा और उसके बारे में वो कुछ भी कहने को तैयार नहीं है। इसीलिए ये मुद्दे जो राहुल जी ने उठाए थे उसको उन्होंने अलग करके दूसरा ये इशू डाइवर्ट करने के लिए उन्होंने माफी मांगो, तुम यूके में जाके ऐसा बोले, ये करे, वो करे, ये बोले। अरे यहां सवाल है पार्लियामेंट का, यहां सवाल है घोटाले का, यहां सवाल है जो जिसने देश की संपत्ति को लूटा गलत तरीके से, अपने शेयर्स को बढ़ावा दिया और छोटे छोटे शेल कंपनीज बना के करोड़ों रुपए उसमें लिए। इसका सवाल है। देश की संपत्ति बचाने के लिए हम सारे लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो इसको मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं, क्योंकि दाल में कुछ काला है। कुछ संबंध उनके ऐसे होंगे जिस वजह से वो जेपीसी करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। ये और तीसरी बात कि प्रधानमंत्री खुद सदन में नहीं रहते, सदन जब चलती है तो दौरे पे रहते हैं, सदन जब चलती है तो इलेक्शन प्रचार में जाते हैं। ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ, कोई भी नहीं किया ऐसा। कभी एकादा कोई अर्जेंट वर्क है तो तब 1-2 दिन के लिए जाते थे, लेकिन हमारे प्रधानमंत्री तो जैसा वो कहते हैं कि सुब्रमण्यम सारी दुनिया का चक्कर लगाया और उसके बाद भी उसको जो मिलना था नहीं मिला, वो गणपति को मिला, ऐसा बोलते हैं। क्योंकि गणपति बैठे जगह बैठा और वो बोला तो सारी दुनिया या शंकर के पास, पार्वती के पास है, तो तुम तो दुनिया भर फिर क्या है, मैं तो यहीं बैठा हूं। तो इनका उद्देश्य क्या है कि बाहर फिरते रहते हैं, लेकिन पार्लियामेंट में जो आंसर देना, लोगों को बताना और लोगों के लिए जो डेवलपमेंट काम करना, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर काम करना, इसके बारे में वो तवज्जो नहीं दे रहे। पुराने रेलगाड़ियों को नए इंजन लगा के हर जगह हरी झंडी फहराती है। अरे मैं तो एक ही साल में 27 ट्रेन छोड़े थे, वाराणसी को और वैष्णो देवी को, और उसके बाद हमारे राजस्थान में अजमेर को। हमने कभी हरी झंडी लगाकर प्रचार नहीं किए। वहीं पर वही इसमें अब दिल्ली से हरी झंडी एक भाषण, मंगलुरु को हरी झंडी एक भाषण, और चेन्नई बॉम्बे से एक हरी झंडी भाषण, भोपाल वो एक। अरे एक रेल छोड़ने के लिए आपकी जरूरत है, वहां का एमपी है, वहां का इंचार्ज मिनिस्टर रहता है, लेकिन इन्हों जाके प्लेटफॉर्म में लंबे करके दूसरे कोई काम नहीं किए। मैं एक ही स्पीड से इतना काम, क्या पटरी भी आप ही डाले थे क्या? हाँ, ऐसा कोई एक नया योजना करके आप अगर जैसा कि पीर पंजा हमने किया था, पटरी भी डाली थी, टनल भी खोदा था, अरुणाचल का हमने किया था सब, लेकिन इनको हमेशा आदत है कि ये अपना इनॉग्रेशन होना, भाषण होना। तो भाई भाषण से पेट नहीं भरता, लोगों को राशन की भी जरूरत होती है, उसके तरफ ध्यान दो, ये हमारा कहना था। और चौथी बात ये है कि कोई खास करके राहुल गांधी जी के बारे में इसलिए बोल रहा हूं, जो हिंडनबर्ग रिपोर्ट के बारे में उन्होंने अपनी बात रखी थी, उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई एक सूरत के कोर्ट के ऑर्डर से 2 साल की जो सजा हो गई थी, हुई है, उसको इतना लाइटनिंग स्पीड से उन्होंने डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया। मैं आपको एक केस बताता हूं अपने इसका गुजरात का। ये गुजरात के एक एमपी ने, जिनका नाम है बीजेपी के अमरेली एमपी नारायण भाई कचाड़िया, उनको तो लोकल कोर्ट ने 3 साल के लिए कन्विक्ट किया, लेकिन डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं करे इमीडिएटली। फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने क्या किया था, एक शेड्यूल कास्ट डॉक्टर्स को 20 लोग जाके तमाचा मारे, उसको गालियां दिए, हमने फोन किया था, तुम नहीं उठाए, और वो बेचारे का अपराध कुछ नहीं था कि वो दूसरे पेशेंट को देख रहा था और फोन साइलेंट में थी। तब उन्होंने खुद आकर उसके ऊपर हमला किया। जब 3 साल का उसका कन्विक्शन हुआ तो सेशन कोर्ट ने उसको जो सेंटेंस नीचे दिए थे वही अपहेल्ड किए, उनका अपील रिजेक्ट हुआ। फिर उसके बाद में वो हाई कोर्ट में चले गए, वहां भी वो रिजेक्ट हुआ। उसके बाद में उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए, वहां पर उनको पनिशमेंट ही हुआ, 5 लाख रुपए देना और कुछ माफी मांगना, ये उन्होंने कहा। यानी कन्विक्टेड, 3 इयर्स कन्विक्टेड, उसको 16 दिन का टाइम देते हो, लाइटनिंग स्पीड में उसकी अपील डिस्पोज ऑफ करते हो, और हम यहां पर अपील डालते हैं तो उसको 1 महीने का टाइम एक्सटेंशन दे रहा। तो ठीक है, हम कोई जुडिशरी के ऊपर कंप्लेंट नहीं करना चाहते, जो भी उन्होंने कहा है उसका स्वागत करते हैं, हम लड़ेंगे कानून के तौर से। लेकिन आप देखिए, एक आदमी को 3 साल की सजा होती है, उसका डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं होता है इमीडिएटली, और एक राहुल गांधी जी को 2 साल की सजा होती है डिफेमेशन केस में, क्रिमिनल केस में नहीं। तो उनको आप लाइटनिंग स्पीड में डिस्क्वालीफाई करते हैं, नोटिफिकेशन निकालते हैं, तो ये डेमोक्रेसी है। अगर कोई गए, नहीं, हमारे देश में रूल्स के मुताबिक, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के मुताबिक, बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी के मुताबिक अगर नहीं चल रहे पार्लियामेंट, अगर कोई कहे तो ये गुनाह है, और
And that's the news conference led by Mallikarjun Kharge, as the opposition is also staging a Tiranga march, primarily demanding that there must be a JPC probe into the Adani issue. Once again, we see how the opposition is coming together, and both houses of the parliament that have been adjourned till 2 p.m. this afternoon. We are slipping into a very short commercial break right now, but we'll continue to get you the very latest, as a slew of opposition reactions coming in, where they are saying that it is the centre that is blocking business in the parliament. Also, the big stories we are tracking for you this afternoon, as the face-off of Bengal violence continues, the centre sending paramilitary troops to the state. And yet another Hindu hate attack in Canada, where a temple was targeted in Windsor this time.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
There's a mail that has been sent to you asking for help. Are you saying that there is no email? Boss, you cannot enter someone.
The biggest actions of the movements of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killing.
I am willing to ask you certain questions, sir. I have a word. You delete everything and then I'll go. Where is the question of recording, sir? Well, I'll show you, but why did you put your hand in my pocket? Why did you not my phone?
Mr. Vaibhav, why you arrested him? Because it was a case, I believe, that was closed by the police itself. They're trying to stop us from reporting.
यहाँ पर लिखा गया है स्टैंड। इसी जगह से सचिन वाजे को बोला गया था खड़े रहने के लिए।
We are standing in the premise of a church right in the middle of Bucha. This is exactly what Ukraine is now calling it, a genocide that has been committed by the Russian troops.
भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत है। Everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
When we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
With that, we continue to get you more details as tensions are simmering in West Bengal. Bengal governor has visited the injured in violence-hit areas. This comes against the backdrop of Calcutta High Court ordering the West Bengal government to deploy paramilitary troops in the districts of Hooghly, Barakpur and Kolkata in the wake of Hanuman Jayanti celebrations. The Calcutta High Court wrapped the West Bengal government and said that in case the police is not being able to take control of law and order, then the state cannot stop the deployment of paramilitary troops. Reactions coming into this effect. Let's listen in.
Today, on the streets of this town, I could hear the united voice of the people proclaiming in one words, Vasathaiva Kudumbakam. We believe and we practice the spirit of Vasathaiva Kudumbakam here. Bengal is going to start a new era of peace and harmony in society. The message which the ordinary people are giving is loud and clear. Ishwar Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati De Bhagavan. India is one. We will stand united. People of Bengal will regain its glory. Peace will come back. Disharmony will go. People will be one. Chanda Unja Rehe Hamara. That is going to be the message which we are going to give to the world. Thank you.
Cutting across to my colleague in Republic Bangla, Kishale, who's joining us on the broadcast. Kishale, you've been tracking all the details on the ground, and we understand that few days after the Ram Navami violence, where exactly does the situation stand? Because a report that is to be submitted to the Home Ministry, the governor himself on the ground meeting with the victims, as we also understand that the deployment of paramilitary forces has been heightened.
Well, Suesha, the visuals that we are showing to our viewers, especially the governor speaking from the streets of Kolkata, especially the sensitive areas which was marked out by High Court, and there was special deployment of security forces. And in these areas, governor today started visiting in the morning, and he went out of Raj Bhavan and he visited different areas like Iqbalpur, like Mominpur, Khidirpur, and also Barabazar area. And he was speaking to the common people. He was asking them that whether they are fine or not, whether their business is going as usual or not, whether there is any problem or not. The question is that whether the administrative work of West Bengal is now being done by the governor, whereas the chief minister, the opposition is asking, the opposition parties are asking why the governor has to visit, as we saw yesterday, all the areas of violence, why the governor himself has to go there and why chief minister is not going there. That's what the opposition parties are asking. That's what BJP is asking. And also today, still now in Rishra, in Hooghly, in different parts, there is the imposition of section 144 as well, and internet connections in some pockets are still not working because it is being suspended due to the violence that happened. Especially the High Court ordered that you were just speaking, Suesha, that the High Court ordered that special paramilitary forces and central forces needs to be deployed. They are already here in West Bengal. Central forces are deployed in Kolkata, in Hooghly, in Howrah, and especially in sensitive areas where there were chances of violence. And that's what right now the situation is, that the central forces are on ground. The governor of the state is visiting different sensitive areas in Kolkata, talking to the common people, and tension brewing in some of the areas of Hooghly and Howrah still now. Suesha.
All right, Kishale, many thanks for getting us those details, and we'll keep coming back to you for further updates. For the moment, we move on. And well, BJP National President JP Neta hoisted the party flag at the party's headquarters. This is on the occasion of the 43rd Foundation Day of the BJP. This happened in the national capital, and while addressing the event, JP Neta said, and I quote, "BJP is a political party, but it is working for the welfare of the whole nation today. Under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, the party has made groundbreaking achievements, and we got inspiration from Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat under Prime Minister Modi's leadership," unquote. Take a look at this report.
कई प्रधानमंत्री, कई विदेश मंत्री, कई हमारे वित्त मंत्री विभिन्न देशों के, वो भी हमारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यालय में आकर उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जानने में रुचि दिखाई है। अगर मैं बात करूं गरीब कल्याण की, तो हमारे लाखों कार्यकर्ताओं ने लाभार्थियों से संपर्क करके लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी में पूरा योगदान कर सके और उसको समझ सके, इसमें हमारे कार्यकर्ता पूरी ताकत से लगे। पिछले वर्ष आपकी प्रेरणा से मेयर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई। हमारे देश में जो मेयर्स काम कर रहे हैं उनको आपने प्रेरणा दी, और उसी तरीके से अभी बहुत जल्द हमारे सभी जिला परिषद के जो अध्यक्ष हैं उनका भी हम लोग एक वर्कशॉप करने वाले हैं, और वो रीजन वाइज करेंगे ताकि हम पार्टी को और आगे नीचे लोगों की सेवा में लगा सके। एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की प्रेरणा आपसे मिली है। हम ये कह सकते हैं कि एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सतत चलने वाला कार्यक्रम है। जैसा मैंने सेवा भाव की बात कही, सेवा पखवाड़ा मनाना अब ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सतत कार्यक्रम बन गया है, और हम इस पखवाड़े में 17 सितंबर से लेकर 2 अक्टूबर तक हर तरीके के कार्यक्रम करते हैं, और समाज की सेवा के लिए पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता अपने आप को जोड़ते हैं। हम ये जरूर आज कहना चाहेंगे कि आपके नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का व्याप बहुत बढ़ा है, लेकिन हम चैन से बैठने वाले नहीं हैं। आज के दिन हम संकल्प लेते हैं कि हम पूरी ताकत से आगे बढ़ेंगे, और आपके बताए रास्ते पर इस महान भारत की सेवा में करोड़ों कार्यकर्ता लगेंगे, और ये अमृत काल को सफल बनाएंगे। 2047 तक भारत विकसित भारत बनेगा, इसमें हम अपने आप को पूरी ताकत से लगाएंगे।
Time now for a short commercial break. On the other side, getting you details as the opposition is repeating democracy under attack charge while holding the Tiranga March in the national capital. And it is yet another incident of Hindu hate attack in Canada, where a temple was targeted, this time in Windsor.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
The nation wants to know why Bengal is burning. Mamata Banerjee has declared that the BJP is the chief instigator. If that is the case, I ask, and if Mamata Banerjee does indeed have proof that the BJP is instigating, then why does she not arrest the BJP Bengal chief Shukanta Majumdar or the leader of the opposition and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari? And if she does not have the proof, then isn't she admitting her own defeat and inability in handling the situation, and therefore, to avoid blame, make it political? The state government is very quick to misuse the police to file FIRs on the media, on news channels like Republic. But when it comes to harshly implementing law and order, where it needs to be done, where is the police, Mamata Banerjee? Have lawbreakers in Bengal been emboldened to the point where they don't care two hoots about the police and the security machinery? And where is the minister in charge of law and order, Mamata Banerjee herself? If the governor visits the riot hit areas, where, we ask, is the chief minister? The nation wants to know. The nation must know.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success. And I would like us to work more closely on that.
BJP is celebrating its 43rd Foundation Day today. To commemorate the occasion, the party has planned a week-long social harmony campaign from today till the birth anniversary of Baba Saheb Ambedkar on the 14th of April. Prime Minister Modi virtually addressed BJP leaders and workers in New Delhi. Now, according to sources, the party has also directed the BJP workers to host seminars and discussions on the history of the party and achievements of the central government. In his address on the first day of BJP's 43rd day celebration, Prime Minister Modi hit out at the opposition, raising the Kabar Khudegi remark. He said, and I quote, "Today they have become so desperate that they've openly started saying Modi teri kabar khudegi," unquote.
ये बेचैन है, हताशा से भर गए, इसलिए अब ये लोग इतने हताश, इतने निराश हो चुके हैं कि अब एक ही रास्ता उनको दिख रहा है, एक ही उपाय दिख रहा है, और वो खुल करके कहने लगे हैं, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। वो कब्र खोदने की धमकी देने लगे।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that BJP was committed to taking a tough stand to rid corruption in India, nepotism and law and order challenges as well. Prime Minister also slammed people with a Badshahi mindset, alleging that they have been insulting the poor, backward and deprived since 2014.
2014 में इस दबे कुचले शोषित वंचित वर्ग ने अपनी आवाज बुलंद की। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे।
Prime Minister Modi cited the free ration scheme, health insurance and other welfare measures to assert that social justice was an article of faith for the BJP. He alleged that opposition parties could not think big, set small goals and were satisfied with small achievements. He further said, and I quote, BJP believes in dreaming big and achieving even bigger goals.
लोगों ने अभी से कहना शुरू कर दिया है कि 2024 में भाजपा को कोई नहीं हरा सकता। ये बात सही भी है, लेकिन हमें एक भाजपा कार्यकर्ता के नाते इस देश के हर नागरिक का दिल जीतना है। हमें चुनाव जीतने तक सीमित नहीं रहना है, कोटि कोटि जनों के दिलों को जीतना, ये हमारा मकसद है।
As Karnataka is inching closer to the assembly polls with each passing day, Congress has released its second list of candidates. Key highlight is that the Congress has given seats to BJP leaders who had recently quit the party. In what seems to be a huge setback for Delhi's former cabinet minister Satyendar Jain, Delhi High Court dismissed his bail in a money laundering case. The court also dismissed the bail pleas of co-accused Vaibhav Jain and Ankush Jain in the case. High Court admitted that Satyendar Jain can influence witnesses and evidence was arrested by Enforcement Directorate in the case on the 30th of May last year. Accused in the Kerala train attack case, Shahrukh Saifi, who was nabbed by the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad from Ratnagiri, has been brought to the Armed Reserve Camp Police Station in Kozhikode. Post-health checkup, he will be produced before the Kozhikode Chief Judicial Magistrate. A police sub-inspector was caught red-handed for allegedly taking bribe by the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, Assam. This comes a day after two government employees were caught red-handed for taking bribes by the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, Assam. Time for a short commercial break. On the other side, we continue to get you the latest from the ground in Bengal, where the face-off continues as the centre has sent paramilitary troops to the state. And in another Hindu hate attack in Canada, a temple being targeted, this time in Windsor.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Attack in the train from Alappuzha to Kannur has been now arrested from Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. The Kerala ATS has been constantly giving out information about this particular Shahrukh Saifi to all the important ATS in the important cities. The Kerala police had taken out one cell phone which played a crucial role in nabbing this accused right now, and Shahrukh Saifi's name along with the picture drawn by a eyewitness was what helped the police to identify this person as Shahrukh Saifi.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
is a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success, and I would like us to work more closely on that.
There's a mail that has been sent to you asking for help. Are you saying that there is no email? Boss, you cannot enter someone.
The biggest actions of the movements of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killing.
I am willing to ask you certain questions, sir. I have a word. You delete everything and then I'll... Where is the question of recording?
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success, and I would like us to work more closely on that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again that would be held this year, in fact this month. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest news event by miles. So we start first with the top headlines.
कांग्रेस और उनके जैसी पार्टियों का कल्चर, उन पार्टियों की पहचान क्या है? परिवारवाद, वंशवाद, जातिवाद और क्षेत्रवाद का बंधक है ये सारे लोग.
On BJP Foundation Day, Prime Minister Modi launches big attack on opposition's slavery mindset. Heavy security in the national capital amid Hanuman Jayanti rally in Jahangirpur. Central forces deployed in Bengal. Governor himself goes on ground zero to take stock. And shortly from now, Telangana BJP chief Bandi Sanjay's petition to be heard in the High Court today.
और जिस वजह से आज पूरी सदन यानी सेशन पूरा खत्म क्यों हुआ इसके बारे में लेंगे.
Opposition holds Tiranga March, repeats attack on centre over Rahul's disqualification. Kerala train attack accused brought to Kozhikode. Cops recover accused's notes, terror angle under probe. And we continue to get you all the latest leads in the Kerala train attack probe. We're given to understand handwritten notes have now been recovered from the crime scene on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the accused who was nabbed in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri, has now been brought to Kozhikode and would be quizzed by the Kerala police in just a while from now. So those are the stills also on your screens of the handwritten notes of the accused that have been recovered from the crime spot. We'll go across to Varshini, who's there in Kozhikode, getting us all those leads. But these are the handwritten notes that have been recovered by the police as investigation into this case deepens. Remember, this incident has claimed 3 lives. The incident which was reported in Kozhikode of Kerala. Remember, the accused was brought from Maharashtra's Ratnagiri to Kozhikode this morning. Let's go across to Varshini as well. Varshini, to begin with, if you can give us details of this handwritten note that has been recovered from the crime spot.
For sure, Samiksha, if you see, these are this is a notebook that was retrieved from the crime spot by the police, and after the initial investigation, they have revealed the pictures of these notes, and we can understand very clearly from it that he has a very habit of writing down everything every day, and when the pictures that got released also seem to have some of his writings about his job, his daily wages, how much he spends, how much his income is, and every other little detail he's written about it, the time when he prays, the time he eats, etc. And also a lot about his job, which was carpentry, that we also knew about, and a lot of details about that is also seen in that notebook. But the police have not yet revealed anything about if there is any mention of any kind of terror module or any other things that since he's written a lot of things that he does everything alone, he buys everything alone, he does not have anybody. These kind of information is also found on the notebook, which also brings us back to the same question that we've been asking for the past 2 days. Was he a lone warrior, or did he have any accomplices? So this is again a evidence which we have gathered, which tells us that he has repetitively been mentioning about how he's been alone all the time. Therefore, this is definitely very confusing, and the pieces are slowly starting to come together. So this the police investigation has gotten over, and he is in the hospital currently for medical checkup, and right now we are in the district magistrate court, where he will be brought here any minute now, and the magistrate will be sending him for the judicial custody. So that will give us more details on whether UAPA Act will be put in the FIR or not, will be added in the FIR or not, is now the biggest question here. So that will also be cleared in some time now, Samiksha.
All right, so Varshini, they're getting us the latest standby for the accused, who would be produced before the court in just a while from now. In fact, let's listen into what the DGP of the area had to say on the medical examination of the accused, which is currently underway.
A team of doctors is examining him from all the angles. We haven't started questioning him. Once he is medically examined and the doctors confirm that, then we'll start questioning him and interrogating him.
So briefly, we would have asked him that whether he had accepted this crime or not. What has he said?
No, I can't say right now. Unless we complete the interrogation, then only I'll be able to tell you.
And Varshini, of course, continues to be with us, reporting live from outside the court, where the accused would be presented in a while from now. Varshini, from these notes that we've recovered, if you can give us a sense on the insights on the mindset of the accused in this case, because we understand that these notes speak volumes about the mindset of the accused, one, and also talk to us about the terror angle, which definitely cannot be ruled out in this case, which has claimed 3 lives.
For sure, Samiksha, if you see, there has been a lot of the inputs that is we are able to find from the notes. You can see about how he is talking about his everyday activities. He clearly speaks about what time he wakes up. He constantly practices yoga every day, and he also speaks about his prayer times, the books he reads. The practice of reading that he wants to develop, and he calls them goals. If you see that he's titling all these pages as goals to to be achieved. Therefore, and in every page, in some or the other sentence, we are able to find and understand that he repetitively tries to tell that he is alone. There is a page where he's asked himself a question: who did I go out with? And he says, I always go alone. Who bought these books for you? I buy my books by myself. So these things kind of give us a sense of feeling where he keeps trying to keep telling the same story of how he's been acting alone in this matter. And that is also a very important thing to note here, Samiksha, about his mindset. And the other thing that you asked about is the terror angle linked to this. Definitely the police have not ruled out the terror angle in this matter, and that is very, very important to note, because though they have not yet confirmed a terror angle here, they have not yet ruled it out also. Therefore, there is a very high probability that there is a UAPA Act would be altered in the FIR and added to the cases that he's already booked under.
All right, Varshini, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So, Varshini, they're of course reporting live from outside the court where accused Shahrukh would be presented in just a short while from now. Remember, he's currently being medically examined as we speak. In fact, the Kerala DGP also saying that the questioning of Shahrukh has not yet begun, as the medical examination of the accused is still underway. But for now, moving on to the other big story, we've been tracking this one in relation to BJP's Foundation Day, which is being celebrated across the country today. In fact, Prime Minister Modi there addressing the BJP workers today took a jibe at the opposition leaders over the dynastic politics which continues by the opposition.
सन 47 में अंग्रेज भले चले गए, लेकिन जनता को गुलाम रखने की मानसिकता यहीं पर कुछ लोगों के जहन में बो करके चले गए, यही छोड़ गए थे। इसलिए आजादी के बाद के वर्षों में देश में ऐसा वर्ग खूब फला फूला जो सत्ता को अपना जन्मजात हक समझता था। इन लोगों की बादशाही मानसिकता ने देश की जनता को हमेशा अपना गुलाम माना। 2014 में इस दबे कुचले शोषित वंचित वर्ग ने अपनी आवाज बुलंद की। बादशाही मानसिकता के लोग इस वर्ग की आवाज सुनने की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, पल पल कुचलते रहते थे। इसलिए हमारी सरकार के पहले कार्यकाल में ही बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों ने इन शोषितों, वंचितों, दलितों, पिछड़ों कोई मौका नहीं छोड़ा उनकी मजाक उड़ाने में। हर पल उनकी मजाक उड़ाते रहे। हमारी योजनाओं, हमारे कार्यक्रमों को निम्न स्तर का बताने की होड़ बढ़ाएंगे।
So, from Parivarwad attack to calling out opposition's fear-mongering tactics, Prime Minister launched a scathing attack on the opposition. Listen in to more snippets of Prime Minister's address from earlier today.
इन्होंने कभी कल्पना भी नहीं की थी कि आर्टिकल 370 कभी इतिहास हो जाएगा। जो काम दशकों तक सरकार चलाने वाले नहीं कर सके, वो काम भाजपा सरकार कैसे कर रही है, ये इन्हें पच नहीं रहा है। इसलिए नफरत से भरे हुए लोग आज झूठ पर झूठ, झूठ पर झूठ बोले जा रहे हैं। अपने भ्रष्ट कर्मों का खुलासा होते देख ये बेचैन है, हताशा से भर गए हैं। इसलिए अब ये लोग इतने हताश, इतने निराश हो चुके हैं कि अब एक ही रास्ता उनको दिख रहा है, एक ही उपाय दिख रहा है, और वो खुल करके कहने लगे हैं, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। वो कब्र खोदने की धमकी देने लगे। बादशाही मानसिकता वाले इन लोगों को, इन पार्टियों को एक बात पता नहीं है, आज देश का गरीब, देश का सामान्य मानवी, देश का युवा, देश की माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां, दलित, पीड़ित, शोषित, वंचित, आदिवासी, हर कोई भाजपा के कमल को खिलाने के लिए, भाजपा के कमल की रक्षा करने के लिए वो ढाल बनकर के खड़ा हुआ है। साथियों, अपने अस्तित्व की लड़ाई लड़ रहे इन राजनीतिक दलों की हमारे खिलाफ साजिशें चलती रहेगी। इसलिए हमारा जोर देश के विकास पर है, देशवासियों के कल्याण पर है। हमारे परिश्रम से जो परिणाम मिले हैं, इसकी गवाही वो आंकड़े दे रहे हैं जो पिछला वित्तीय वर्ष समाप्त होने पर बीते 15-20 दिनों में सामने आए हैं। और मैं सभी देश और दुनिया में भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं को हमेशा हिसाब देने की आदत रखता हूं, काम का ब्यौरा हर मौके पर देता रहता हूं। मैं आज सिर्फ 2-3 सप्ताह की ही झलक दिखा रहा हूं आपको, 15-20 दिन की। इतने छोटे से काल में हर भारतीय को गर्व हो। जीएसटी लागू होने के बाद से किसी एक वित्तीय वर्ष में 18 लाख करोड़ रुपए कलेक्शन का रिकॉर्ड बनाना अभूतपूर्व। इस दौरान देश के टैक्स पेयर ने भी 16 लाख करोड़ रुपए से अधिक टैक्स देकर नया रिकॉर्ड बनाया। रेलवे ने 1,500 मैट्रिक टन से अधिक फ्रेट लोडिंग का रिकॉर्ड भी इसी दौरान बनाया। देश के बड़े पोर्ट्स ने एक साल में करीब 800 मिलियन मैट्रिक टन कार्गो हैंडल करने का नया रिकॉर्ड बनाया। लगातार बन रहे विकास के ये रिकॉर्ड दिखाते हैं कि देश कितनी तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है।
So there you heard the remarks that have come in from the Prime Minister, hitting out the opposition on a host of issues, including corruption and dynastic politics by the opposition. Remains to be seen the kind of reactions that come in from the opposition all through the day. We also are now getting in a quick look at the top stories making headlines. Following the arrest of Telangana BJP chief Bandi Sanjay, Union Minister Kishan Reddy has termed the latter's arrest as undemocratic and said that the state BJP chief's arrest was to divert people's attention. On the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti, Delhi police has now given permission to take out the Shobha Yatra in Jahangirpuri, which has now commenced in the backdrop of recent clashes in Bengal and Bihar amid Ram Navami celebrations. Yet another Hindu temple that was desecrated in Canada after being spray painted with anti-India graffiti. This time, the target of the vandalism was the BAP's Sri Swami Narayan Mandir in the town of Windsor in the province of Ontario. One terror associate of Lashkar-e-Taiba has been arrested near Canal Road in Bandipora with one live Chinese grenade and 12 live AK-47 bullets. The operation was organized by the Bandipora police along with the 3rd Battalion of the CRPF. Meanwhile, a case has been registered. An incident of stone pelting was reported on the Vande Bharat Express train that was From Visakhapatnam of Andhra Pradesh, this is the third time when a stone pelting incident has been reported from Visakhapatnam. In what seems to be a huge setback for the Delhi former Cabinet Minister Satyendar Jain, Delhi High Court dismissed his bail in the money laundering case. Body of a 25-year-old truck driver in the Indian Army who went missing on Saturday was recovered by a joint operation of the Army, National Disaster Response Force and Disaster Management Group of West Bengal Police. The driver, remember, had gone missing after an Indian Army truck while in operation duty moving from Gangtok towards the location skidded off the road and fell into the Teesta River. The Karnataka police meanwhile booked Horticulture Minister of Karnataka for his reportedly hate speech against a community in his constituency recently. News from Punjab, one person has been arrested by Taran police in a joint operation by the BSF personnel on Wednesday with 2.47 kg of heroin that was also recovered from the accused. Meanwhile, 6 students from across India will travel to the US next week to participate in the NASA Rover Challenge 2023. Students who have not even stepped out of their village are now ready to fly to the American agency's Space and Rocket Center in Alabama, USA. And we continue to track all the latest on Bandi Sanjay, the Telangana BJP chief who was sent to judicial custody for 14 days. In the latest, we're given to understand that a notice has been issued to the Telangana government to file counter in connection with Bandi Sanjay's plea in the High Court. The matter will now be heard on Monday. Meanwhile, the Telangana BJP chief can still move to the lower court for seeking bail. So for now, no relief for Bandi Sanjay, who remains in custody. Meanwhile, a notice that has been issued to the Telangana government to file counter in connection with the Telangana BJP's plea in the High Court. We're given to understand that the matter will now be heard on Monday. Let's go across to Aniri, who's reporting live from outside the court. Aniri, if you can give us more details on what exactly did the court we can expect in the court when the matter is heard again by the court on Monday.
Well, that's right, Samiksha. We have been seeing that there are new developments which have come in. Well, as there was a quash petition which was filed at the Telangana High Court, now the matter has been posted to Monday. We have with us the counsel for the BJP and also the advocate for at Telangana High Court, Mr. Karuna Sagar. Sir, you tell us what exactly transpired in the hearing which just took place at the High Court.
We moved a quash petition against the remand docket of the magistrate, remanding Bandi Sanjay Kumarji, citing the reasons that it was a illegal remand as the police investigation officer has violated the Supreme Court guidelines and not followed the prescribed procedure under 41 CRPC, because all the allegations and the offences levelled against Bandi Sanjay Kumarji are punishable below 7 years, and it is a mandatory provision to be followed even according to the Supreme Court judgment and also the bylaw. We have submitted our arguments. The way the Bandi Sanjay Kumarji was lifted in the midnight, he was transported, shifted to Bomalaramaram police station, which is about 150 kilometers, lifted at 12 o'clock, brought him at 3 o'clock and was again shifted from Bomalaramaram PS at 10 o'clock and was made to move all around the Janagam and all different areas, and was remanded him on yesterday at 6 p.m. The way they behave against a parliament member when the session is going on, without intimation to the secretary and the speaker, and also against the violation of the 41 CRPC proceedings.
So now, as the matter was heard, so now what's the update? Because now the matter has been posted on Monday, but you can also file a bail petition in the lower court.
Honorable Chief Justice has posted the matter on 10th of April at 3:30 p.m. to be heard, and also issued notice to the other parties, respondents, and has given a liberty to move a bail petition in the lower court. As and when the remand was sent to the judicial custody, we have moved a bail petition copy, and it is posted tomorrow in the lower court at Warangal, and the prosecution has to file the counter. After that, the hearing will be going on.
So So Samiksha, that was Karna Sagar, the counsel and also senior advocate here at the Telangana High Court speaking to us. Well, the matter has been posted to Monday, but however, they can also move to lower court for filing a bail petition. However, that has already been done by the legal team of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the BJP's and Bandi Sanjay's legal team last night, as they had already filed a bail petition in the Warangal court. So we'll have to wait for that hearing also to take place.
Yes. Aniri, just one last question before we let you go. If you can give us more details on the kind of proof that the police has been able to gather against Bandi Sanjay in this paper leak case, and also when this matter comes up in the court on Monday, does it look like the government has a strong, in fact Bandi Sanjay, the BJP has a strong defense in the court on Monday?
Well, Samiksha, in regard with the paper leak issue, we have been seeing how there has been two different FIRs, one being in the Karimnagar jurisdiction and the another FIR which was filed is under Warangal jurisdiction where the crime had taken place. So, well, the other accused is definitely in the FIR also it is mentioned, and the police officials continue to state that it was a pre-planned plan which was hatched by Bandi Sanjay, but now we'll have to wait and watch because Bandi Sanjay is named as the accused number one in whole of this case, and also at the same time, the legal cell of Bharatiya Janata Party and the Bandi Sanjay's team says that the manner in which Bandi Sanjay was arrested was not right, and that is a violation of the Supreme Court guidelines. And so we'll have on that lines. There was a quash petition which was filed in the High Court, and there's a bail petition which is filed in Warangal Court. So we'll have to wait and watch for further developments into this matter.
All right, Aniri, thank you for the moment. So closely tracking all the updates in the Bandi Sanjay case. Remember, the matter would come up in the court again on Monday. And in news from across the globe, where massive protests broke out in several areas of Argentina against the approach that has been adopted by the government to tackle poverty in the country, with over half the population struggling for basic necessities. Protesters have now demanded more social aid from the government to counter the economic deterioration across the country.
Massive protests took place in the Argentinian capital of Buenos Aires. Thousands of people blocked multiple streets and highways in protest against the methods of the ruling government to tackle poverty. The mobilization was organized a few days after the government published figures noting that the poverty had increased to nearly 40% in the second half of 2022. Over half of the population of the country is battling for basic necessities on a daily basis. The demonstrations were staged against the adjustment policies that the International Monetary Fund demands of the country, including cuts in social spending. The protesters urged the government to break with the IMF, with which it agreed to refinance a debt of more than $44,000 million that was taken by former President Mauricio Macri. Protesters further strongly demanded more social aid from the government to counter the economic deterioration. Agency report, Republic TV.
Now, as the Parliament Logjam continues, the opposition continues with its Tiranga protest across the capital, tracking the story very closely. And also coming up on the other side, the latest on Prime Minister Modi launching a big attack on opposition's slavery mindset remark. Opposition also holds Tiranga March, repeats attack on centre over Rahul's disqualification.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Attack in the train from Alapura to Kannur has been now arrested from Maharashtra's Ratnagiri. The Kerala ATS has been constantly giving out information about this particular Shahrukh Saifi to all the important ATS in the important cities. The Kerala police had taken out one cell phone which played a crucial role in nabbing this accused right now, and Shahrukh Saifi's name along with the picture drawn by a eyewitness was what helped the police to identify this person as Shahrukh Saifi.
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water, and this is a great success. And